The Way of the World is a play by William Congreve, first performed in 1700. It is a comedy of manners that satirizes the social mores and attitudes of the upper class in late 17th century England. The play follows the romantic entanglements of the characters, particularly the efforts of the heroine, Millamant, to assert her independence and marry for love rather than convenience or social status. The play is known for its witty dialogue, intricate plotting, and sharp observations of human behavior. The Way of the World revolves around the romantic entanglements and social maneuvering of the characters, particularly Mirabell and Millamant. Mirabell, a young man of good fortune, is in love with Millamant, a witty and independent young woman. However, Millamant is reluctant to marry Mirabell because of his past reputation as a libertine. Meanwhile, there are other characters with their own schemes and desires. Lady Wishfort, Millamant's aunt, is a wealthy widow who is pursued by Sir Wilful Witwoud, a country squire. However, Lady Wishfort is also being courted by Mirabell's rival, Fainall, who is secretly married to Mrs. Fainall, Lady Wishfort's daughter from a previous marriage. Mirabell hatches a plan to marry Millamant by gaining the approval of Lady Wishfort, who controls Millamant's inheritance. He enlists the help of Mrs. Fainall, who is actually his ally in the scheme. Through a series of deceptions and manipulations, Mirabell manages to expose Fainall's treachery and secure Lady Wishfort's consent to his marriage to Millamant. In the end, Mirabell and Millamant are united, and the other characters' schemes are foiled. The play ends on a note of reconciliation and resolution, with the characters coming to terms with their past actions and looking forward to a more harmonious future. Mirabell. Strengths. Mirabell is intelligent, charming, and resourceful. He is a masterful manipulator and strategist, able to orchestrate complex schemes to achieve his goals. He is also genuinely in love with Millamant and is willing to go to great lengths to win her hand. Weaknesses. Mirabell's past as a libertine and his reputation for scheming and manipulation make him a somewhat controversial figure. His methods can be seen as deceitful and unethical, and he is not above using others to achieve his ends. Millamant. Strengths. Millamant is intelligent, witty, and independent. She is not afraid to speak her mind and assert her own desires, even in a society that expects women to be passive and obedient. Weaknesses. Millamant's independence and strong will can sometimes make her appear aloof or unapproachable. She is also somewhat vain and self-absorbed, traits that can be off-putting to others. Lady Wishfort. Strengths. Lady Wishfort is a strong-willed and determined woman who knows her own mind. She is also resourceful and cunning, able to outmaneuver her adversaries when necessary. Weaknesses. Lady Wishfort's vanity and pride can make her susceptible to flattery and manipulation. She is also somewhat naive and easily deceived, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Fainall. Strengths. Fainall is clever, ambitious, and ruthless. He is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, even if it means betraying those closest to him. Weaknesses. Fainall's ruthlessness and deceitfulness make him a deeply unlikable character. He is motivated by greed and ambition rather than genuine affection or loyalty. Mrs. Fainall. Strengths. Mrs. Fainall is intelligent, observant, and perceptive. She is able to see through the machinations of others and is not easily fooled. Weaknesses. Mrs. Fainall's cynicism and mistrustfulness can sometimes make her appear cold and distant. She is also deeply unhappy in her marriage, which affects her interactions with others. Sir Wilful Witwoud. Strengths. Sir Wilful is good-natured, friendly, and outgoing. He is also honest and straightforward in his dealings with others. Weaknesses. Sir Wilful's simplicity and lack of sophistication make him an easy target for manipulation by more cunning characters. He is also somewhat naive and gullible, especially when it comes to matters of love. Petulant. Strengths. Petulant is witty and sharp-tongued, able to hold his own in the world of clever repartee and wordplay that dominates the play. Weaknesses. His name reflects his nature. He is easily offended and prone to petulance, often reacting with exaggerated anger or indignation to minor slights. Waitwell. Strengths. Waitwell is Mirabell's servant and plays a crucial role in Mirabell's schemes. He is clever and resourceful, able to impersonate Sir Roland and deceive Lady Wishfort. Weaknesses. Waitwell's loyalty to Mirabell can sometimes be a weakness, as it leads him to participate in deceitful and unethical behavior. Foible. Strengths. Foible is Lady Wishfort's maid and is often involved in the intrigues and deceptions of the play. She is loyal to her mistress but also willing to assist Mirabelle when it suits her. Weaknesses. Foible's loyalty to Lady Wishfort can sometimes blind her to the true nature of events, leading her to unwittingly aid Mirabelle in his schemes. Sir Rowland. Strengths. Sir Rowland is a minor character whose legacy plays a significant role in the plot. His will forms the basis of Mirabelle's plan to marry Millamant. Weaknesses. As a deceased character, Sir Rowland has no weaknesses in the traditional sense, but his legacy and the circumstances of his will are used by Mirabelle to manipulate Lady Wishfort and others. Each character in The Way of the World has their own strengths and weaknesses, which drive the plot forward and contribute to the overall themes of the play. These strengths and weaknesses often reflect the complex and sometimes contradictory nature of human behavior, particularly in the context of 17th-century English society. Mrs. Marwood. Strengths. Mrs. Marwood is intelligent, cunning, and manipulative. She is skilled at using her wit and charm to get what she wants. Weaknesses. Mrs. Marwood's manipulative nature and desire for revenge make her a somewhat negative character. Her schemes ultimately backfire, leading to her downfall. Witwoud and petulant. Strengths. Witwoud and petulant provide comic relief in the play with their foolishness and absurdity. They are entertaining characters who lighten the mood with their antics. Weaknesses. Witwoud and petulant's foolishness and lack of self-awareness make them easy targets for ridicule. They are easily manipulated by other characters and often serve as foils for the more intelligent and cunning characters in the play. The Footman. Strengths. The footmen are minor characters who provide additional comic relief in the play. They are often involved in physical comedy and slapstick humor. Weaknesses. The footmen are largely undeveloped characters who serve primarily as background figures. They have no significant impact on the plot and are not given much depth or complexity. These characters, along with those previously mentioned, contribute to the rich tapestry of The Way of the World, each playing a unique role in the unfolding drama of love, deceit, and social intrigue. The Way of the World, by William Congreve, is a 5-act play that satirizes the manners and conventions of the upper class in late 17th century England. Here's a brief summary of each act. Act 1. The play opens with Mirabelle discussing his plan to marry Millamant, who is reluctant due to his past reputation. Lady Wishfort, Millamant's aunt, is introduced as a wealthy widow. Hoy's being courted by Sir Wilful Witwoud and Fainall. Fainall is revealed to be secretly married to Mrs. Fainall, Lady Wishfort's daughter from a previous marriage. Mirabelle enlists the help of Mrs. Fainall in his scheme to win Lady Wishfort's approval for his marriage to Millamant. Act 2. Mirabelle continues his efforts to win Lady Wishfort's favor, while Fainall and Mrs. Marwood conspire against him. Millamant and Mirabelle engage in witty banter, highlighting their intelligence and mutual affection. Sir Wilful Witwoud and Petulant provide comic relief with their foolishness and absurdity. Act 3. The plot thickens as Mirabelle's schemes become more complex, involving impersonation and deception. Mrs. Marwood's vendetta against Mirabelle intensifies, leading to a confrontation between the two characters. The other characters are drawn further into Mirabelle's web of deceit, with surprising revelations and twists. Act 4. The tension mounts as Mirabelle's plans near fruition, but obstacles and complications arise. Lady Wishfort's vanity and pride are exploited by Mirabelle, leading to a dramatic climax. Fainall's treachery is exposed, and Mrs. Fainall's true allegiances are revealed. Act 5. The play concludes with a resolution of the various plotlines, as Mirabelle and Millamant are united in marriage. Lady Wishfort is humiliated but ultimately reconciled, and the other characters come to terms with their fates. The play ends on a note of reconciliation and restoration, with the characters looking forward to a more harmonious future. Overall, The Way of the World is a complex and witty comedy that explores themes of love, marriage, social class, and deception, with a cast of characters who are both entertaining and thought-provoking. The Way of the World explores several themes, including love, marriage, social status, and the complexities of human relationships. Here are some examples of these themes in the play. Love versus money. Example: Mirabelle's love for Millamant is genuine, but he must navigate Lady Wishfort's fortune to secure his future with her. Marriage is a social contract. Example: Millamant insists on retaining her independence and negotiating the terms of her marriage with Mirabelle, highlighting the idea of marriage as a business transaction in high society. Deception and manipulation. Example. Mirabel orchestrates an elaborate scheme involving disguises and deceit to win Lady Wishfort's approval for his marriage to Millamant. Social climbing. Example. Characters like Fainall and Mrs. Marwood manipulate their relationships and social connections to advance their own positions in society. Gender roles and expectations. Example. Millamant challenges traditional gender roles by asserting her independence and refusing to be pressured into marriage. Satire of manners and morality. Example. The play satirizes the hypocrisy and superficiality of the upper class, particularly through characters like Witwoud and Petulant. Appearance versus reality. Example. Characters often present themselves in a certain way to society, masking their true intentions and feelings. The complexity of human relationships. Example. The various love triangles and betrayals in the play highlight the complexity and often contradictory nature of human emotions and motivations. These themes contribute to the rich tapestry of The Way of the World, making it not only a witty comedy of manners but also a thoughtful exploration of human nature and society. Appearance versus reality. Example. Lady Wishfort's outward appearance of wealth and sophistication masks her vulnerability to manipulation and deceit. Social critique. Example. The play criticizes the shallow values and social conventions of the upper class, highlighting the absurdity of their behavior and attitudes. Power dynamics. Example. Mirabel's ability to manipulate others, including Lady Wishfort and Fainall, demonstrates the power dynamics at play in social relationships. Self-interest versus altruism. Example. Characters like Fainall and Mrs. Marwood act out of self-interest, while others, like Mirabel and Millamant, demonstrate a willingness to sacrifice for love. The role of women. Example. Millamant's refusal to be controlled by societal expectations of women's behavior challenges traditional gender roles. Legacy and inheritance. Example. The play's plot revolves around the inheritance and legacy of Sir Roland, highlighting the importance of wealth and status in society. Social mobility. Example. Characters like Mirabel seek to improve their social status through marriage, reflecting the theme of social climbing in the play. Betrayal and trust. Example. The betrayal of trust between characters, such as Fainall's betrayal of Lady Wishfort, underscores the fragility of human relationships. Irony and wit. Example. The play is filled with irony and wit, particularly in the characters' dialogue and interactions, adding depth and humor to the narrative. These themes intertwine to create a complex and nuanced portrayal of society and human nature in The Way of the World, enriching the play's exploration of love, marriage, and social convention. The Way of the World is a restoration comedy of manners, a genre popular in late 17th century England. Restoration comedies are known for their witty dialogue, intricate plots, and satirical portrayal of the manners and morals of the upper class. The style of the play is characterized by its clever wordplay, elaborate schemes, and social commentary. Plot narrative. Beginning. The play begins with Mirabel's plan to marry Millamant, despite her reluctance due to his past reputation. The stage is set for a series of romantic entanglements and social intrigues. Middle. The plot thickens as Mirabel's schemes become more elaborate, involving deception, impersonation, and manipulation of other characters. Various subplots, such as Fainall's secret marriage to Mrs. Fainall and Lady Wishfort's courtship by Sir Wilful Witwoud, add to the complexity of the narrative. Ending. The play concludes with a resolution of the various plotlines, as Mirabel and Millamant are united in marriage. Lady Wishfort is humiliated but ultimately reconciled, and the other characters come to terms with their fates. The ending is typically one of reconciliation and restoration, with the characters looking forward to a more harmonious future. Overall, The Way of the World is a witty and sophisticated comedy that satirizes the social mores and conventions of its time, while also providing a humorous and entertaining portrayal of love, marriage, and human relationships. Critically analyzing The Way of the World involves examining its themes, characters, style, and underlying messages. Here's a more detailed analysis. Themes. Love and marriage. The play explores the complexities of love and marriage in a society where these are often seen as transactions of convenience rather than matters of the heart. The characters' relationships are governed by social expectations and self-interest, leading to deception and manipulation. Social critique. Congreve uses satire to critique the superficiality and hypocrisy of the upper class, highlighting their obsession with wealth, status, and appearances. Gender roles. The play challenges traditional gender roles, particularly through the character of Millamant, who asserts her independence and refuses to be objectified or controlled by men. Characters. Mirabel. While portrayed as the hero of the play, Mirabel's manipulative and deceitful nature raises questions about his true motives and moral character. Millamant. Millamant is a complex character who defies societal expectations of women. However, her insistence on maintaining control over her marriage negotiations can also be seen as a form of manipulation. Other characters. Supporting characters like Lady Wishfort, Fainall, and Mrs. Marwood serve to highlight different aspects of the play's themes, such as vanity, betrayal, and ambition. Style. Wit and wordplay. The play is known for its clever dialogue and witty exchanges, which serve to entertain the audience while also conveying deeper meaning and satire. Complex plotting. Congreve's intricate plotting and use of subplots add to the richness of the narrative, providing depth and complexity to the story. Criticism. Morality. Some critics have criticized the play for its morally ambiguous characters and cynical view of human nature. The characters' actions are often motivated by self-interest rather than genuine emotion, leading to a lack of moral resolution. Treatment of women. While The Way of the World is progressive in its portrayal of strong female characters like Millamant, some critics argue that it still reinforces traditional gender roles and stereotypes. Overall assessment. The Way of the World is a masterpiece of Restoration comedy, known for its sharp wit, complex characters, and insightful social commentary. While it may be viewed as morally ambiguous or cynical by some, its enduring popularity and influence attest to its status as a classic of English literature. In conclusion, The Way of the World is a play that continues to be studied and appreciated for its skillful writing, complex characters, and satirical portrayal of society. Its exploration of love, marriage, and social conventions remains relevant and thought-provoking to this day. Strengths of The Way of the World. Witty dialogue. The play is renowned for its clever and witty dialogue, which showcases Congreve's skill as a playwright and entertains the audience. Complex characters. The characters in the play are multidimensional, with their own motivations, desires, and flaws, adding depth to the story. Satirical critique. Congreve uses satire to critique the social norms and values of his time, offering a sharp and insightful commentary on the upper-class society of the late 17th century. Intricate plot. The play's plot is carefully constructed, with various subplots and twists that keep the audience engaged and interested in the outcome. Exploration of themes. The Way of the World explores complex themes such as love, marriage, social class, and gender roles, offering a nuanced and thought-provoking examination of these issues. Weaknesses of The Way of the World. Moral ambiguity. Some critics argue that the play's morally ambiguous characters and cynical view of human nature may be off-putting to some audiences. Complexity. The intricate plotting and numerous subplots of the play can be challenging for some viewers to follow, leading to confusion or disinterest. Gender stereotypes. While the play challenges traditional gender roles in some aspects, it also reinforces stereotypes in others, such as the portrayal of women as objects of desire or manipulation. Lack of resolution. The play's ending, while satisfying in terms of the plot, may leave some viewers feeling that not all the moral or ethical issues raised in the play are fully resolved. Accessibility. The language and style of The Way of the World may be difficult for modern audiences to understand or appreciate without some background knowledge of the historical context and literary conventions of the time. The Way of the World is significant as a drama for several reasons, including its influence on later playwrights, its representation of the Restoration period, and its exploration of complex themes. Here are some examples of its significance. Influence on later playwrights. Example: playwrights such as Oscar Wilde and George Bernard Shaw were influenced by Congreve's wit and satire, incorporating similar elements into their own works. Representation of the Restoration period. Example: the play provides a vivid portrayal of the manners, morals, and social customs of the Restoration period, offering insights into the cultural and social milieu of the time. Exploration of complex themes. Example: The Way of the World explores themes such as love, marriage, social status, and gender roles in a sophisticated and nuanced manner, making it a rich text for analysis and interpretation. Artistic achievement. Example: Congreve's skillful use of language, character development, and plot construction in The Way of the World demonstrates his talent as a playwright and contributes to its status as a classic of English drama. Reflection of human nature. Example: the characters in the play, with their flaws, desires, and motivations, reflect universal aspects of human nature, making the play relatable to audiences across different time periods. Overall, The Way of the World is significant as a drama for its artistic merit, historical context, and thematic depth, solidifying its place as a classic of English literature. The Way of the World holds significant relevance and has had a lasting legacy in the world of drama and literature. Here's a breakdown of its contribution and impact. Literary legacy. Significance. The play is considered one of the greatest comedies of manners in English literature, showcasing Congreve's mastery of wit and satire. Relevance. Its exploration of complex themes such as love, marriage, and social class continues to resonate with audiences and scholars. Legacy. The Way of the World has influenced numerous playwrights and authors, including Oscar Wilde, George Bernard Shaw, and later Restoration comedies. Cultural impact. Contribution. The play offers a glimpse into the manners and morals of Restoration-era England, providing valuable insights into the social and cultural context of the time. Impact. It has contributed to the understanding of 17th-century society and has helped shape modern perceptions of the Restoration period. Artistic contribution. Significance. Congreve's skillful use of language and character development in The Way of the World has solidified its place as a classic of English drama. Legacy. The play's artistic achievement continues to be admired and studied by scholars and theater enthusiasts alike. Relevance today. Significance. Despite being written in the late 17th century, the play's themes and characters remain relevant today, addressing issues such as gender roles, social status, and the complexities of human relationships. Legacy. Its enduring relevance has ensured its continued popularity and study in academic and theatrical circles. In conclusion, The Way of the World stands as a testament to Congreve's literary genius and continues to be celebrated for its wit, satire, and insight into human nature and society. Its legacy and impact on the world of drama and literature are profound, making it a timeless classic of English literature. As a playwright, William Congreve is celebrated for his witty comedies of manners, particularly The Way of the World. Here's an overview of his style, themes, and contributions. Style. Congreve's writing is characterized by its clever dialogue, sharp wit, and satirical humor. He excels in creating complex plots with intricate twists and turns, often involving mistaken identities, deceptions, and romantic entanglements. His plays are known for their elegant language and sophisticated wordplay, which reflect the manners and speech patterns of the upper class. Themes. Congreve's plays often explore themes such as love, marriage, social status, and the complexities of human relationships. He uses satire to critique the hypocrisy, vanity, and shallowness of the upper class, highlighting the absurdity of their social conventions and values. Contributions. Congreve's works are considered masterpieces of Restoration comedy, showcasing the wit and sophistication of the period. He was influential in shaping the comedy of manners genre, which satirized the manners and morals of the upper class. His plays, particularly The Way of the World, continue to be studied and performed today, attesting to their enduring popularity and relevance. Impact. Congreve's plays had a significant impact on later playwrights, including Oscar Wilde and George Bernard Shaw, who were inspired by his wit and satire. His works helped define the comedic style of the Restoration period and continue to be studied for their insights into 17th century English society. In summary, William Congreve is renowned for his contribution to English drama, particularly for his witty comedies of manners that continue to entertain and enlighten audiences centuries after they were written. The Way of the World shows the complexities of love, marriage, and social relationships in the high society of Restoration-era England. Through its characters and plot, the play highlights various aspects of human nature and society. Love and marriage. The play explores the motives behind marriage, often depicting it as a strategic alliance rather than a result of genuine affection. Characters like Mirabelle and Millamant challenge traditional notions of love and marriage by seeking independence and autonomy in their relationship. Social class and status. The characters' behavior and interactions are heavily influenced by their social status and desire to maintain or improve their standing in society. The play satirizes the vanity and superficiality of the upper class, highlighting their obsession with wealth, status symbols, and social etiquette. Deception and manipulation. Many characters engage in deceitful behavior and manipulation to achieve their goals, whether it's securing a marriage proposal or gaining an inheritance. The play exposes the moral ambiguity of such actions and the consequences they can have on relationships. Gender roles. The Way of the World challenges traditional gender roles by portraying female characters like Millamant as assertive and independent, refusing to be passive objects of desire. However, the play also reflects the limitations and expectations placed on women in a patriarchal society. Satire and critique. Congreve uses satire to critique the manners, morals, and values of the upper class, exposing their hypocrisy, shallowness, and moral decay. The play offers a scathing commentary on the social conventions and norms of its time, highlighting the absurdity of certain societal expectations. Overall, The Way of the World offers a complex and nuanced portrayal of human nature and society, exploring timeless themes with wit, humor, and insight. It remains a classic of English literature and a compelling study of the human condition.